I was going to make this video be about a song that was stuck in my head, but I've already sung it enough times. I'm sure my family thinks I'm crazy for singing the same silly song again and again, trying to get it right. It's like listing all the presidents, and it's kind of hard to get them all. Like, I can get them in order, but there's some tripping in there. And I'm changing some of the words, so if I'm like reading it just to make sure I don't like mix up some of them. Like, I always get stripped up in the 1880s. It's like Hayes and then uh Cleveland, Harrison, I don't know. Like, I'm okay from like McKinley on, and I'm okay up to Hayes, but for some reason there's like five in there I just can't get. Which made me think about how history is divided up. So, as you know, there are five periods. There's classical, post-classical, early modern, modern, and postmodern. Right now we're living the postmodern. Postmodern is the start of World War One to now. Uh, Based on like entertainment, usually it's divided up differently from like the 50s on. Like, that's what we think of as modern, because that's basically history is anything that's longer than your lifespan. Other than that, it's political science. So for me, I'm pretty young, so if it's like before the early 90s, then it's history for me. But for a lot of people, it's about 1950 or so. That's about the average. So, um, if you split it up like that, I guess like one of the tricks I've learned of like how far back is political science, because sometimes it's a little bit longer or shorter than when you've been alive, depending on like how much attention you've been paying to politics and stuff. So I learned this memory trick where it's not really a memory trick, it's like a trick, it's like how far back is history for you. And for most people who aren't like me and don't like study, like, like sing silly songs to try to memorize these things, if you, depending on how far back you can name your presidents, that's what history is for you. When you can't name backwards anymore, that's approximately when your lifetime ended, but it varies on like a couple, depending on like how old you are, and also based on like how much you pay attention. Of course, if you can name all of them, it doesn't count. But for me, I usually stop around like Reagan, but I mean, if I go forwards, I can name all of, yeah, it's like, of course, I know that it's Carter before Reagan, but if I'm going backwards, usually get tripped up there, and it's a little bit longer, but then again, I know songs and stuff for memory tricks. Like, I don't think I could, like, with elements, I don't think I could go further than about, like, oxygen. I don't know. Like, I don't know what comes after oxygen. So, I guess it just depends on what you study and stuff. I don't know, like, the element song, that one's fun. Of course, it has nothing to do with the order, and it doesn't actually help because you can't understand what you're saying, and you don't like. It's just not a good memory trick, but it's still fun to say. Plus, it's to the model of a modern major general, which is a very fun song. So I don't really have anything to say. I've stopped sixing. I lasted about 20 days. It was shorter than I meant to. I didn't make a video every day about it like I wanted to, because because I was nearing the end of the play I was in, and I just came home exhausted every day. I wanted to take a shower, and I don't like showing what I look like after I've showered, because my hair is wet and disgusting. And I like how it looks like air dried better than blow dried. So I don't blow dry it for a video. Plus, I'm exhausted. So, as you can see, she probably can't. This is one of my projects for the day. Is I gave my plant a haircut, and I'm trying to root it now. It was on the floor, so I kind of thought that was about time that it got a trim. It's the first one. I'm talking about it like it's my child or something, but I'm probably going to have to wash its roots because I found some mold in the pot, but I'm going to wait till the other set roots, and then I'm going to plant it all in together. Babysitting the bonsai. You can't really see it. you can kind of see it. It's like right next to the big pot behind the chair. But it's not doing so well. I hope it lives. It's winter, so it's not like anything's getting much light. Although I live in the south, so well, it gets more light than if I lived in like England or Canada or something. Well, I just actually don't have anything to say. If you're still watching this, congratulations for like sticking through. But I might have just wasted 5.5 minutes of your time.